So welcome everybody to this virtual trip to Spain from our headquarters in Jerez de la Frontera. My name is Ivan Rico. I am the founder and manager of the travel agency Genuine Andalusia. And what we do is to design and conduct private trips to Spain, mostly for foreign people. And what we cannot do at the moment due to the confinement is to do this. So we thought, how can we allow people to travel to Spain from home? And we thought, we can do it through music. And this is what we are going to do today, to take you on a trip to Spain through its greatest hits. So we will be spinning some vinyl records from the 1960s until the late 1980s that we have carefully selected for you. So let's go and play the first record. This is going to be a little bit of a surprise because it's going to be background music first, while I say something about the format that I have chosen to use for this. Here we go. A little bit of mystery because we are in southern Spain, land of gypsies, flamenco dancers, land of discoverers, land of bandits, land of fusion of cultures. So this is why we have started with this mysterious music. So why have I chosen to do this with vinyl records? Why are we going to spin only vinyl records? So the reason is because vinyl is very present in Spanish homes because of an advertising campaign that a very important brandy company from Jerez de la Frontera did from the 1960s until the 1970s. This brandy company is Fundador. Fundador gave as a present to all the brandy buyers an EP like this one that I have in my hand whenever you were buying 3 bottles of brandy. Believe it or not, brandy in the 1960s and 70s in Spain was a necessity good. So it was very present in every Spanish home, and so were these vinyl records. So every vinyl record included 4 songs of unknown origin for the buyer at first. Because as you can see in the cover, there is no evidence of the artist or of the performer. There is no clue. So it was a surprise, and that's why these records were called Disco Sorpresa Fundador. And this is what they are. And in between songs, Fundador included a jingle that is very, very sweet. So we are going to play that jingle, like a very, very short song that nevertheless is very, very sweet. So let's go, because I think it's going to ring a bell to the Spanish speakers that we have in the house. So let's go. The key song here, or the key words, are Fundador está como nunca porque seco y es suave. Fundador está como nunca, está como nunca, está como nunca. Fundador. So this was the jingle. Basically the key lyrics here are Está como nunca, it's like never before. This was a jingle that all of us listened when we spinned these Fundador gift records. We are going to play it again because it's a very, very sweet song, but it's very, very short. So here the lyrics are, remember the fun lyrics that you have to learn is Está como nunca, it's like never before. So let's go again. Just a moment. Here we are. Está como nunca. It's like never before. Here we are.
Está como nunca el coñac que mejor sabe. Fundador está como nunca porque seco y es suave. Fundador está como nunca. Está como nunca. Está como nunca. Fundador.
So that was the first song that we wanted to share with you. A very, very famous jingle that was included in these EPs that were a present from a brandy company. We are in brandy land, in Jerez de la Frontera, in sherry brandy land. So that's why this format, vinyl, is so present in Spanish homes, because vinyl records were a present from a company that was delivering necessity goods to Spanish homes. In this case, being the necessity good brandy, okay? So let's go with the first song now. The first song, please, Spanish speakers in the house, you have to help me to translate the name of this band, okay? Let's go and play the song first, and then we will talk about it. The name of the song is Ay que dolor, such a pain. You have to learn this because it's very practical in Spain. People in southern Spain especially like to exaggerate things. So, oh, such a pain, it's a very handy expression. Here we are.
Hiciste la maleta, ay sin decirme adiós, ay qué dolor, tu amor me abandonó, ay qué dolor.
So this band is called Los Chunguitos, and the name of the album is Cara a Cara. So you know that Cara a Cara is the name of the album and Los Chunguitos is the name of the band, okay? So, Los Chunguitos, how can we translate this into Spanish? Please, Spanish speakers in the house, help me. How are we going to translate Los Chunguitos into Spanish? Okay, chungo in Spanish is like bad or dodgy. How was your exam? Chungo. It means that the exam didn't go very well. How are you feeling today? Chungo. That means that you are not feeling very well. So, Los Chunguitos means the little bad ones, so the little dodgy ones, okay? So it's a very handy expression. Chungo. If you learn this word, when you travel to Spain, people are going to be very surprised. So, Los Chunguitos is your band now, playing Ay que dolor, such a pain.
Una vez te viera por la calle pasar, ay qué dolor, no lo quiero pensar, ay qué dolor, yo lo paso muy mal, ay qué dolor, 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 ay qué dolor. Por más que me pregunto, no encuentro la razón, ay qué dolor, qué dolor.
So you have to know that Los Chunguitos were three brothers from Badajoz, southern Spain, towards Portugal. And they were three gypsy men. There's going to be a very important gypsy presence in the first stage of this DJ set, right? Because gypsy music plays a very important role in Spanish culture, and that's why we have many gypsy music hits. Hi Emily, we cannot wait either.
Si alguna vez te viera por la calle pasar, ay qué dolor.
¿Qué pasa? Hola Juanlu, hola Pepe. Well, that was Los Chunguitos, three gypsy brothers from southern Spain. As I said before, for the people who have just joined, gypsy music plays a very important role in Spanish music in general. So we have played a song by Los Chunguitos, three gypsy brothers from Badajoz, a part of Spain that is neighbors with Portugal. They were three brothers. Now we are going to play the song of two very iconic gypsy sisters. Now the Spanish speakers in the house are going to tell me What's the name of this song? I'm going to play it first, and then the Spanish speakers in the audience, please tell me what the name of this song is, okay? Two Gypsy Sisters. Who's first to find? No, it's not Los Chichos. Juanlu. I am loving you madly. Te estoy amando locamente. I am loving you madly. Las Grecas were two gypsy sisters from central Spain. Very good looking. I'll show you the cover. I have another record by Las Grecas here so that you can see what they look like. Also gypsies, okay? We have started with 3 gypsy brothers, we continue with 2 gypsy sisters. We have started with men, now we are playing song made by women. And for the people who want to learn a little bit of Spanish, the name of the song, I Am Loving You Madly. Look how interesting the type of music that Las Grecas made. Gypsy rock. So, gypsy music mixed with rock and roll. This is from the 1970s, when gypsy music started to be influenced by rock music as well. So it's a very interesting fusion of styles that happened in Spain in the 1970s, with Las Grecas and with somebody that we are going to play now, that the Spanish speakers in the house are going to help me tell the name of. Here we go. Also gypsy music. First song, Los Chunguitos, 3 gypsy brothers from Badajoz. Second song, Las Grecas, 2 gypsy sisters from central Spain. And now, more gypsies. As I say, gypsy music plays a very important role in Spanish music, in Spanish pop music in general. So here we go with another gypsy, this time from the province of Cádiz, from the city of San Fernando. Sonsoles, very good. The name of the song is Volando Voy, but the actual chorus is Volando Voy, Volando Vengo. Flying I go, flying I come, okay? This is a super famous Spanish song. Enamorado de la vida. Absolutely beautiful. If I am cold, I look for the kitchen, for la candela. If I am cold, I look for my grandmother. Busco a mi abuela. Look at the very interesting fusion of styles and the amazing instruments that there are in there. There is a lot going on in the music of Cameron. He was a visionary and he was able to mix very many different styles. The singer of the song was from San Fernando, which is a town near the city of Cadiz, in the province of Cadiz, southernmost continental Spain. And this is the name of the song. Okay, next song now. We are going to jump backwards in time, okay? And I'm not going to say the name of the song until it is playing, because it's a game, you have to guess it. The Spanish speakers in the house will have to guess it, okay? This is from the 1970s, and the singer was from Malaga. Hola, Carmen! Who is this?
Eres lo más lindo de mi vida, aunque yo no te lo diga, aunque yo no te lo diga. Si tú no estás, yo no tengo alegría, yo te extraño de noche, yo te extraño de día. Yo quisiera que sepas que nunca quise así.
Marisol was a singer from Malaga. She was like our Brigitte Bardot. When the yeye music was so popular in France, with France Gall, with François Hardy, with Brigitte Bardot, we had Marisol in exchange. And the name of the song is Corazón Contento, Happy Heart. Here comes the chorus. It is Marisol, Sonsoles. Yes.
Yo quisiera que sepas que nunca quise así, que mi vida comienza cuando te conocí.
Hello, Debbie.
Me faltes nunca.
Hola, Loli.
Yo quisiera que sepas que nunca quise así, que mi vida comienza cuando te conocí. Tú eres como el
So as I was saying, Marisol was like our Brigitte Bardot. Had she been French, she would have been part of that collective that Charles Aznavour was, or Serge Gainsbourg actually, sorry, was composing songs for. She would have been like Brigitte Bardot or like Françoise Hardy. But she was from Malaga, so she was like our version of Brigitte Bardot. Okay, that was Marisol, that was the Spanish yeah yeah music. It was most popular in France, but we got a little bit of that. And now we are going to play something that is very summery. It was very popular in Spain, actually it still is, and it's going to bring great memories to all the Spanish people amongst the audience, and it's going to be very uplifting for all the people who don't know it. You had the Beach Boys in the United States, we had this.
Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. La-la-la-la-la-la-la.
It's very summery, very tropical. The band is called Los Diablos, the Devils.
Un rayo de sol, oh, oh, oh. Mezclando tu amor, oh, oh, oh. Un rayo de sol, oh, oh, oh. A mi corazón, oh, oh, oh.
La, la, la.
Y me dio tu querer, que tanto y tanto busqué, y al fin tendré. Y quiero ser parte tuya.
This is a song to go in your car to the beach and play it really loud. You know, it's the song of our childhood. It was very present in the radio and it sounded on the radio non-stop. The name of it is Un rayo de sol, a ray of sun.
Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. La-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Los diablos ahora serían los coronavirus. Very good, Maria, sing along.
Y quiero ser parte tuya, dentro de ti siempre estar, ser quien construya alegría.
Los Diablos, the Devils, they were from Catalonia, 1960s.
Y daré gracias
Un
al
clásico.
sol que me hizo dueño, me hizo dueño de tu amor. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh.
Name of the song.
Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. Sha-la-la-la-la, oh, oh, oh. La-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
This is a Spanish classic. If you come to Spain and you say to people that you know this song, they are going to be very pleasantly surprised. You will be like another local. So that was Los Diablos, the Devils, from Catalonia, okay, 1960s. A definite highlight of Spanish pop music. Now we are going to go to the 1970s, when singer-songwriters were in fashion, and we also had singer-songwriters in Spain. Some of them were really cool, some of them were a little boring, and we are going to learn how to tell the difference between a good singer-songwriter and a bad singer-songwriter, and how to call them, because we have very specific names for both of them. But first, let's play this one. He was a cool singer-songwriter in the 1970s. The key word that I want you to learn with this song is free, to be free. Libre.
Tiene casi 20 años y ya está cansado de soñar, pero tras la frontera está su hogar, su mundo y su ciudad. Piensa que la alambrada solo es un trozo de metal.
So Nino Bravo was a very good singer-songwriter, and the name of the song is very suited to the situation. Libre! Definitely, Maria. Oh, look what we got now.
Con su amor por banderas se marchó cantando una canción.
So now I need to tell you how to say in Spanish singer-songwriter. To sing in Spanish is cantar, and writer is author, okay? So singer-songwriter is cantautor. Cantar, singing. Autor, author. So singer-songwriter is cantautor. That's when they are good ones. When they are bad ones, we say tiring singer-songwriters. So we really think that Nino Bravo is a good singer-songwriter. So that's why we can call him cantautor. When they are not good, we call them cansautor, tiring singer-songwriters, annoying. Okay, I hope you liked Nino Bravo. We really like him. Some other singer-songwriters in Spain were terrible, but Nino Bravo was a really good singer-songwriter from the 1970s in Spain. He released amazing songs that are very rooted in Spanish culture. Okay, so now we are going to go back from the 1970s to the 1960s. In the 1960s, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Kinks were very famous. They were doing really well. But Spain was heavily influenced by them, even though we are not an Anglo-Saxon country. So 60s beat bands also influenced Spanish bands that started to adopt those beats. And this is one that did really well in the 1960s in Spain. This is an example of 1960s beat music. Oh, sorry, this is not the one I wanted to play, it's the other side, just a moment. This is the one. The song is called Flamenco. '60s Spanish beat. The name of the band is Los Brincos, the leaps of the jumps. They were amazing, they did really well. They sang both in Spanish and in English, but the song that we have selected is in Spanish. Listen how they bark in the song as if they were dogs. Sin duda, María. Sin duda ninguna.
Piénsalo bien y decídete, no tengo tiempo para perder. De pronto mi novia tú vas a ser, lo digo yo.
1960s Spanish music.
Nunca jamás te arrepentirás, porque si buscas felicidad, solo a mi lado la encontrarás, lo digo yo. Claro que sí.
Oh. Pam, pam, pam. That was Los Brincos, Spanish 1960s. The song was called flamenco, even though it's not flamenco music. But flamenco can mean several things in Spain. It's a little difficult to explain, but if you come to Spain and travel with us, we will inform you about that. Now we're going to play a very, very famous Spanish hit. Most of you know, probably the most international Spanish singer is Julio Iglesias, but Julio Iglesias had much cooler competitors that were not so international, and this is our favorite. Here we go. So as I said before, Julio Iglesias was and is super famous, but he's not so cool, in our opinion. The one singer that was super popular and is super popular in Spain that we really like locally is Rafael. Rafael, we think that is much cooler than Julio Iglesias.
Como no lo hice nunca, ¿qué pasará? ¿Qué misterio habrá? Puede ser mi gran noche.
¡Rafa!
Y al despertar ya mi vida sabrá algo que no conoce.
The name of the song is Mi Gran Noche, which means my great night. And it is repeated several times along the song, okay? So we will need to see where they are.
Descubriré que el amor es mejor cuando todo está oscuro. Y sin hablar nuestros pasos irán a buscar otra puerta.
Cheers, everybody!
Se abrirá como mi corazón cuando ella se acerca.
Here we go.
¿Qué pasará? ¿Qué misterio habrá? Puede ser mi gran noche. Y al despertar ya mi vida sabrá
Thank you, Leslie.
algo que no conoce.
Rafael was born in Jaén. Jaén is in the southern part of the country, in Andalusia, north of Granada, great olive oil. And Rafael also has the reputation of being a really nice person, a very nice husband, and we love him deeply in southern Spain, actually throughout Spain.
Y escucharé los violines cantar en la noche sin rumbo. ¿Qué pasará? ¿Qué misterio habrá? Puede ser mi gran noche. Y al despertar ya mi vida sabrá algo que no conoce. ¿Qué pasará? ¿Qué misterio habrá? Puede ser mi gran noche. ¿Qué pasará? ¿Qué misterio habrá? Puede ser mi gran noche.
That was Rafael. As we were saying before, The most popular singer in Spain abroad probably is Julio Iglesias, but we love Rafael much better. He's much better and he's much cooler. So now we are going to jump to the 1980s. In the 1980s, we had something very interesting in Spain called Movida. We had just come out of a very heavy dictatorship and creativity exploded in Spain, especially in cities like Madrid and Barcelona. We had loads of musicians, loads of photographers, loads of fashion designers, loads of theater going on because everything was allowed again, okay? So there was no censorship and it was a very, very prolific period in our contemporary pop culture. So I'm going to play a song that is an icon of that period by a band that I'm going to tell you about right now. Coming soon. This period is the so-called Movida period, right after the dictatorship, a period of creative explosion. Hey! The name of this band is Radio Futura, Future Radio, Spanish 1980s, and the name of the song is Escuela de Calor. Escuela de Calor, School of Heat. We really admire Radio Futura because his leader, or the leader of the band, Santiago Serón, is an intellectual. He recently got a PhD by the University of Madrid. So he's an academic and a real artist. Hey Mónica! I'll show you the cover of the album. This was my first gig ever. I was 11 years old and I had to convince my mother to take me to see Radio Futura live. And my sister Marta, who is there, came with us when she was 10 years old. When we arrived to the gig, everybody was saying to my mother, "Wow, it's so cool that you're bringing your kids to the gig." And she was like, "No, it's my kids who have brought me to the gig." This is the one before the last, right? We have gone through the 1960s, 70s and 80s, and now I'm going to play the last one. Hello Esther! Hi! Hello, Anne! So that was the Spanish 1980s. As I said before, a period of creative, a period that was very, very prolific. We had just come out of a dictatorship and creativity was exploding in Spain. So we had a very, very prolific period called Movida, and the one that I have just played was a highlight of that period called Movida. There were many others, but I have selected that one. Now I'm going to play the last song. this is a very upbeat song which sounds like classic rock, even though it's Spain 1980s again, okay? It's called Dime que me quieres, Tell Me That You Love Me. And it's by a band that was half Spanish, half Argentinian, even though the band formed in Madrid, okay? And the name of the band is Tequila. Here we go. It sounds like classic rock, but it's the 1980s in Spain. Name of the song?
Hay una cosa que te quiero decir, que es importante al menos para mí. Toda la noche estuve sin dormir porque una frase de tu boca quiero escuchar. Dime que me quieres dar. Dime que me quieres.
¡Hola María!
Ahora sé que sí necesito saber si tú me quieres.
Hola, María.
¿qué vas a hacer? Aunque parezca tonto voy a pedirte que me lo repitas una vez y otra vez. Dime que me quieres dar.
Tell me that you love me.
Dime que me quieres.
Laura!
Me costó mucho y al final decidí ir a tu casa y ahora estoy frente a
Name of the
ti.
band?
Quiero
Tequila.
escucharte, no me importa
Half
lo que
from Argentina, half from Spain.
Y hay una cosa que te quiero decir, que es importante al menos para mí. Son tus palabras
Hey.
para hacerme feliz. Oh, dímelo al oído una vez que otra vez.
Carmen! This is the last one. I hope you will like this.
Dime que me quieres dar. Dime que me quieres.
So thank you for being there. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun to do this. And I hope it has allowed you to travel somehow to Spain, where we are waiting for you. We are waiting for you to share with you our beautiful culture, gastronomy, nature, and of course music.
Dime que me quieres dar. Dime que me quieres dar. Dime que me quieres dar. Dime que me quieres dar.
Remember, Tequila. This is the name of the band. 2 of them from Argentina, 3 of them from Madrid. And that was all, folks. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you have enjoyed it. My goal was to allow you to travel from home to Spain with our music. I hope we have succeeded in making you travel virtually to our beautiful country where we are waiting for you. We organize private trips to southern Spain mostly, but also to the rest of the country, completely suited to your preferences and expectations, and we hope to see you here once all this virus season is over. Thank you very much, and hopefully see you next time. Adios!